Hi guys, it's Angie, and I'm here with Frank. Frank, how long have you been homeless?
I've been homeless about 4.5 months.
Okay, what caused you to get in your situation you're in?
Well, me and my brother, he has a huge tree company here in Fort Worth, and he's got so much going on and everything, and so we got a brotherly love for one another. You know, we get along great, and then sometimes we don't get along. Uh, he's stubborn, he's hard-headed, but that's the way he is, and he just does his own thing. You know, he's got a beautiful wife and a nice little girl, and they just right now they're on vacation. They've been on vacation for about a month now, and so I come down here to the homeless shelters for a few reasons. One, I could save my money, and you know, apartments, you know, $600-700 a month.
Yeah.
And so they're a little expensive, but you know,
Very expensive.
yeah, I make it. I take it one day at a time. You know, that's all I can do. And so I just.
Do you have any kids, any family besides your brother?
Me and my wife. I lost my wife to brain damage in 1997, and
sorry.
she fell out the back of a pickup truck when she was with her mom and kids that day. Well, her kids wasn't with her at that moment. She was with her girlfriends, and she don't drink alcohol, but a few of her girlfriends were drinking, and it's kind of crazy because she wasn't on alcohol at all, and somehow she lost her balance and fell out the back of a pickup truck and hit her head on the back of the concrete, and she fell into a coma for like 3 weeks. And you know, when you damage, it's like a blunt force trauma. When you
Yeah.
hit hard, it swelled the back of her brain, and they had to take the blood clots off 3 times,
Sorry.
and so she never hit pretty hard, and that was a major impact to me, you know, to lose my wife and everything, and so
How long were y'all together?
I met her in 1986.
Whoa.
We were together. We got married in '94. We were together about 10 years.
That's a long
And,
time.
Yeah, and so
So, you said you were from Florida originally.
I'm from Miami, Florida. Yes, ma'am.
Is it different? Is it different here in Fort Worth compared to there?
Fort Worth is like, you know, country, you know, the rodeo and stuff, and
Yeah.
Billy Bob's is famous for Fort Worth, and you
Yeah.
know, the honky tonks and the bars and stuff, but Fort Worth, these are my stomping grounds. You know, I blend into Fort Worth. I like it, you know, but I love it here. I love my job with my brother. I make good money with him, you know, when I'm with him, you know.
Yeah.
And so. But
So, you did 20 years in prison.
at 20 years in prison, that was a long haul there.
Yeah.
I paid my dues, and I've learned a lot.
Do you mind me asking what were you in there for?
Ma'am,
What was you in there for?
I went to prison for aggravated robbery,
Okay.
and so that would never happen again.
Yeah.
I mean,
Was
it's something normally. You know, I was high.
Okay, that's what
I was high on drugs, and coming down, and you know,
Yeah.
and you know,
looking for your next fix?
well, you
Yeah.
know, like Donald Trump said, you know, drug addiction is a disease.
It
you know?
is?
And it's how you tame it, and how you deal with it. You know, I just learned my lesson. You know, and
Yes, sir.
it was a long 20 years for a white guy. You know, it really
Yeah.
was. It was a long haul. But I got in the law, like, you know, I didn't get into things like, you know, tattoos and drawings and stuff like that. I got into school. I got my GED in prison. I learned a lot as far as the legal aspects of cases and stuff. You know,
That's good.
And my mom came and see me, you know, and I lost her in 2004 of emphysema, and that took that was a big punch in me. That was a big hole in me when I lost my mom. You know, my dad, you know, I never knew my real dad, but he was a father that raised me when I was 3 years old with my mom, and he died of emphysema as well. They smoke cigarettes, you know, real
Yeah.
tough, you know, and so it was hard to have. We called them the chaplain's office 4 times during my incarceration, and they tell me, you know, you lost your mom or your dad and everything, and
I'm
you know,
sorry.
time heals. Time tells everything. You know, it tells the truth, it tells the tale, and it heals the wounds of heartache and pain, of loss of family members, and you have no choice but to carry on, you know, and move forward,
Yes.
and you should do the best you can, you know.
That's right. Amen. That's right.
You know, I love God. At times I didn't believe in God. I didn't care about God, but as you get older, you start to realize, you know, there's something up there, you know.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
and I give him thanks and praise every day because, you know, yesterday I didn't have nowhere to lay my head except inside that sleeping bag. And let me tell you, it's freezing cold down here in this concrete. You will freeze your tail off, literally.
I can't imagine.
The motorcycle ministry came by last night, and they were passing out duffel bags and sleeping bags and you know, some clothes, and they had food for us.
That's awesome.
And well, they didn't have no tent. Well, they were passing out tents that were already blown. You know, they were already on the list for tents. Well, there's one couple that didn't show up, and he says if they don't show up, you know, I've got a tent for you. And lo and behold, you know, I wasn't happy that they didn't show up, but they didn't show up.
So you got the tent.
I got me a tent, and I was thankful, and, you know,
Yes, sir.
blessed with that, you know, and
Yes, sir.
I like it. You know, I like it. I got everything I need. Just recently, I lost my identification. I can't believe I lost it. I had my scan card and my food stamp card,
Oh,
and I said to myself, why can't I lose one of them and send my identification? And I'm kind of curious if I get what do you call it?
A replacement. You can if you already had one.
Yeah, it's valid. So, you know.
So, do you not have your prison ID anymore?
No,
No.
I don't have that.
Okay.
What did I do with that?
Because I know that's considered in Texas an ID. I saved mine.
You can't cash any checks with it or use it as far as it's not a proper ID. It's just something you can show that it's got your name on it. You don't have to have an ID to go get your food stamp card, but the prison ID is it says offender on the front of it.
Yep.
And so.
Yeah. Do you have any addictions right now, or did you pass that in prison?
Marijuana was my drug of choice. Of course, I can't do. You know, I back away from drugs because I'm on parole. I got a technical violation about 7 months ago. I tested positive for THC and methamphetamine, and went to ISF for 4 months, and went to a drug program while I was in there, and just carry on through. You know, everything you do is a choice, and
Yes, sir.
And we all know that to make that choice,
There's consequences.
there's repercussions and consequences behind them choices, you know, and so.
What is the worst thing that you've seen happen out here on these streets in Fort Worth?
The worst thing. Things that.
I know there's a lot of bad things, but
the women that do themselves bad out here, they just, you know, they're the bottom of the barrel. I mean, they just keep pushing and doing their dirt.
Yeah.
You know,
it's
going to church
sad.
and stuff like that.
It's just so sad.
Yeah, but you know, it's like they care, but they don't care. They don't know how to care, and they don't.
Yeah, they probably were never taught to love themselves, much less love anybody else or respect themselves.
There's people out here that don't appreciate and are thankful for some of the things that they get. There's some that are. It's to each his own around here.
I have learned that.
It's to each his own. Every individual is different in their own way, and it's the mindset, you know. But you know, you got to watch your property out here and stuff.
It gets stolen. I know.
They'll steal from you.
That's crazy. Homeless, stealing from a homeless person. I mean, That's just,
They steal for many reasons, different reasons why, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't do it.
yeah, that's good
But
though. That's something to be proud of, you know?
I watch my stuff, you know. Just the other day, a man had a lady inside of his tent, and they were having a few beers, and then the tent, it was open. You could see him through the tent, and they was drinking, having a few beers, and some money come up missing, and he blamed her. And so 3 days goes by. Of course, you know, there was arguing inside the tent and everything, and hollering and everything, you know. It was $40 is $40 around here. It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And so he asked me, 2 days later, he asked me if I would help him pick the tarps and pack it, you know, because it's freezing cold. You got to pack the sides with blankets and stuff, because the air, it seeps under, it freezes you.
Yeah.
And so I was picking up tarps and stuff like that, helping him fix it up and everything. And I flipped the blue blanket. As I flipped it on the side, I saw some money flip out, you know. It was rolled up, you know, and I just picked it up, and it was two $20 bills, and
Wow.
I knew for a fact it was his, because he blamed her for taking it, or you know, somehow getting hold of it.
Yeah. And she really didn't take it.
She really didn't take it. I stuck it in my back pocket, and I said, well, I got a surprise for him. And I was flat broke at the time.
Yeah.
And I had no cigarettes, but you know, I said, I have something for you, guy. It doesn't belong to me, it belongs to you. You know, and I knew it was his.
Yeah.
You know, it's one thing to find it, you know, on the street here.
Yes,
$20
sir.
bills. That's another, you know, it's yours.
Yep.
You found it, you know, and you didn't hear nothing about it, you know, or somebody you didn't know, they lost the money, you got blessed. That's you know, and so when I handed it to him, he says, "What is this?" I says, "This is the money you lost. I'm taking this the money you lost here, guy." And he says, "Man, I had a feeling it was in the blankets and the covers and stuff." I says, "Well, you might want to let her know that
Definitely.
it was hard. It was hard for him to. I don't even think he went back and told her,
That's crazy, because he didn't want to admit that he was wrong.
but I told her. I called her, and I up there by the front. I says, "Ma'am, you didn't take that money. I know you did." She says, he doesn't understand it. He doesn't believe me, you know. And she's a street girl,
Yeah.
you know. And so you would think that she did, you know. It's a hustle around here.
Yeah.
It's anything progress, excel, come up is a plus around here, you know. You know, and so
Wow.
I'm glad that it was taken care of, and
I'm glad you found it and gave it back to him.
Gave
And
it
that
back
was
to him.
that was very honest of you. That was because you could have took it and just not even said nothing. You know, and had a great day.
well, the motorcycle mystery they gave me the tent. I'm gonna stay in that one. That one's mine. But a guy down here this morning, he left and he gave me another tent. I got a one-man tent, brand new in the box, in this tent right here, right now. And I am gonna diligently hand pluck and pick
Yep.
the perfect person that I know
That will
that
keep
would
it not.
appreciate
Yeah.
this one-man tent.
Yep.
Yeah, not
And I'm
sell
gonna-
it or get rid of it.
And yeah, I'm gonna give it to him. I'm not gonna even charge him for it, you know.
That's awesome.
It's worth about $15-20, but
Yeah.
you know, as long as I got,
But God will look out for you.
As long as I got food and water, and my God, if you go hungry around here, it's your fault, because they bring food and drinks and hygiene and bags and clothes and blankets like you would not believe.
That's awesome.
You know, and
That's awesome to know.
Yes,
you
it
know?
is. And so I got everything I need, but my identification and my brother.
Yeah.
You know, connect with him, get my job back. I call and I'm concerned about him because he's not answering the phone, and that really bothers me, because the voice recorder keeps coming on. It's never happened before. You know, it happened before, but not this long. And I call 3-4 times, he won't answer. But then the 5th time or 6th time he'll answer. I've called at least 30 times or 35 times in the past 2-3 weeks, and he hasn't answered the phone. And my brother's like this. He doesn't have to answer to anybody because he's his own boss. He does what he wants to do. when he wants to do it, and he don't care who likes it or not. He'll burn off and won't tell nobody. And it's just the way he is. And then he'll appear back again. He's like a ghost. One minute he's there, next minute he's not.
Well, hopefully for your sake that he appears.
Well, you know, he doesn't do no drugs or no alcohol at all. He doesn't
He's probably
smoke
just
cigarettes.
spending time with his family.
He's with Juvie, and everywhere he goes, Juvie's right there. She's on him 24/7, and little Chevelle, his little daughter, and I love him to death, man. I love him to death. And you know, I'm a thinker. I'm always thinking about this and that. My mind's on overdrive all the time, and I like it like that because I'm on point, and I'm trying to find. Okay. All right. And I think, is he in jail? Is he in the hospital? Is he in the morgue? And if I was to lose him,
And that's the only person you have. Yeah.
that's it. You know, but I'm not a negative person, but negativity and evil and bad and wrong is real.
Oh,
It is real.
It is
It's
real,
in our
especially out
lives.
here on these streets.
It's in our lives.
Yep.
And it comes and goes. And good, pleasant, happiness, joy, peace, love, it's real too.
Yeah.
You know? And I look at it like this. Remember this. If you're really doing bad and it's hurting, and you're really, really angry and frustrated, and you're hurt in many ways, just remember this. You're feeling the emotion. You're going through the emotion. You're going through the emotions and the feelings right now. But I know this for a fact. When it's bad, it's going to come around good. It's inevitable. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Good and bad happen to all. So when it's bad, bite my tongue aside. When it's bad, I just know this brings a piece of help to me. It's going to come around good again. It's going to happen. So
Yeah.
I look forward to, you know, it's going to come around. It's not going to stay bad all the time.
Yep.
It's going to come around good eventually, and that's great to know. You know, but it's going to come around bad again. You know,
Yep. Hey, that's
ups
life.
and downs.
That's life.
That's
Yep.
the way it is in life.
Yep.
So you try to, you know, dissect. Do what's best. When you think about the best possible choice you can make. Because
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, you have no time for slip up. This is crucial thinking around here in every aspect. There's no time for mess ups. You can't. You got to make the best possible decision, and that's the one I take and go through it. Now we know that not all goes as well as planned at times.
Yeah.
Because life is bizarre and twisted in its own ways. Life can shift in a blink of an eye, you know, and go for the better or for the worst.
Yeah.
But that's just the way, like Dan Marino says, he never won a Super Bowl ring, and he wanted one. That's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
And I didn't get it.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, I'm alive, and it feels good to be alive, and I feel great, and I'm enjoying myself down here. I mean, I do enjoy myself. There's times when, you know, you can feel a little heat, energy of you can feel the energy of haters and anger.
Oh, yeah.
And jealousy around here.
It's everywhere.
You know, but you could
Definitely.
really, if you really want to get ahead in life, you can consolidate, break it down, and start saving. This is a place to where, you know, you can save your money, and to where if you don't have any goals or plans in life, you're not going nowhere.
Yeah.
You're going to keep spinning your wheel. You're right back where you are. You know, you got to have a short-term realistic goal. If you don't have a short-term realistic goal, well, then you're just
Sitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, just sitting in a pool.
You know, and so, you know.
Okay, Frank. Well, I'm going to end the interview for now, but I really want you to call him for work, okay?
Yeah, I can't wait to go to work.
Yeah, okay? Okay, thank you.
Hey, y'all have a great day.
You too.